I'm Ken Brown.
I'm Brandon Kiva.
And we're with Tekk Fusion. We're an IT staffing and recruiting company here in Orlando, Florida. And today we're talking about how to land that technical job. How do you get that job? What is it that makes a hiring manager pick you over another candidate? So we've got Brandon Kiva here. He's definitely an expert when it comes to sourcing, recruiting, and placing technical talent throughout the United States. And he's one of the things that's made him so successful is he's been able to properly prepare candidates on a consistent basis. So I have him here today to talk a little bit about how he goes about preparing the candidate for a technical interview.
Sure. When you're beginning to recruit a candidate, one of the biggest selling points to any position that you're presenting to them is the excitement about the opportunity, and they need to bring that same excitement to the job interview. So when you go through the job description and what it's going to entail, and the company and the culture, you want to reiterate that again once they're in the interview process and the first interview has been requested. So you want them coming prepared with all the technical and functional skills that they'll need for the job, what the technology stack is of the company, what their company culture is like, how the team environment is, what a typical day looks like for the organization. The personality of the managers is really helpful, and that way they can kind of match how they interview to the personality and what it is that the hiring managers look for.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, when you have a phone screen, a lot of technical jobs these days, whether it be a contract or a full-time placement or a direct placement, they want to start out the interview process by doing a phone screen. I think one thing that's really overlooked on the phone screen, number one, clear yourself of distractions. Make sure that you're in a distraction-free area. If you have children, make sure that they're in another room or they're not at home. If at all possible, try to get on a landline or a line that somewhere that you're going to have service and you're not going to have any service interruptions. Number three, don't take the call while you're driving. Don't have major distractions. I know we talk about distractions, but I've had people trying to change a tire while they're interviewing, and as you could guess, that doesn't come out very well. And number four, when you're on the phone, make sure that you stand up, that you do smile, and that you project your voice. Your voice comes across clear, you sound better, and typically we get better results with that. When you're going in for a face-to-face interview, Brendan talked a little bit about kind of some of the more cultural things, knowing the manager, knowing the company's culture, that fit. As far as preparing yourself, every detail from all of your grooming, hair, the way you present yourself, your clothing, making sure that you're pressed, your shoes are shined, everything, that you have multiple copies of your resume prepared. You have something to take notes with, that you show up not too early, but just a little bit early, and then you're very well prepared. The biggest fault that I see consistently come up from interviews is that a manager will call me up and say, Ken, we really love so-and-so, but they came to the interview, they were very knowledgeable with .NET, or they were very knowledgeable with Java or SharePoint, but they didn't know anything about our company. And we felt that their lack of due diligence in learning about our organization would ultimately, that's how they would approach their time here if we did in fact hire them. So because of that, because of their lack of preparation, because they didn't do their homework, we've decided to select another candidate. So it's very, very important that you do your homework, that you know the professional background of the person that you're interviewing with, like Brandon mentioned, that you know about the company, what their products and or services are, what markets that they're in, approximately if the information's public, what's their market cap, what are they doing in sales, how long have they been in business, and really, I think the most important thing to understand is, where do you fit in the organization, and what kind of value are you going to add to the company by your presence being there? Because at the end of the day, it's a business relationship, they're paying you to perform more than likely a service for the organization. So understanding where you fit in the organization, are you pricing yourself appropriately, and do you understand what the company does? And if you can take care of all those things, a lot of times, a lot of your competition will not, and you will undoubtedly set yourself apart from the pack, and that will lead to success.
Yeah, and in that preparation, one of the key factors of a good recruiter and a good salesperson or account manager is giving you all that information and serving it up to you. There's only so much you can do on your own, but they should be able to shed some light and further details on what's not on the web.
So that's about it. Again, my name is Ken Brown, and this is Brandon Keevitt. We are with Tekk Fusion here in Orlando, Florida. We do IT staffing and recruiting. Currently, we are hiring for .NET programmers, both doing C# and VB. We're hiring for SQL developers, database administrators, Java programmers, PHP programmers. We are hiring for SharePoint, front end, user interface, user experience guys, business analysts, project managers, you name it. Anyone that's a part of the software development lifecycle, whether it's a Microsoft technology, it's open source, we would definitely love to hear from you. Whether you're actively looking, or maybe you're just thinking about putting your feelers out there and seeing what other opportunities are out there. We'd love to hear from you. So thanks so much, and hope to hear from you soon.